Yeah, well, I think their O-line is really good, and their fullback is very solid, and he's multiple too. You know, they use their tight end kind of fullback guy back there, and then their tailbacks can go, and they've had guys like that in the past. What makes it difficult is their RPOs off of it, kind of their run-pass options. So what you do, you want to come up and be aggressive, and they're going to fire a slant, they're going to fire a kind of a deeper post back behind you. That's where it gets you, and they do a really good job of that. They know exactly who they're trying to put in conflict and who they're reading, and their quarterbacks and their footwork are dialed in to see that guy specifically, and it just makes it difficult. You got to decide, are you going to come down and play the run, or you're going to stay back and kind of be a little cautious for the pass. And if you do that, then the running back's going to be able to hit you, and now you're at 4 or 5 yards before you're ever making that first initial contact. He's got a head of steam on him. So that's what I've seen. They've been consistent with that, and they built it over years. They just gotten, as the RPO world has gotten better, they've gotten better at it, and I think they've kind of added more to it than some, just because that's what they do. So add that on top of having a good old line and wanting to be a run team. I really do. I think they want to run the ball. They throw it a lot, but they still want to run it. They still want to be physical, and then they just got these other gadgets and ways to kind of help the run game.
How difficult is it to simulate their tempo in practice? Hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. You're trying to get scout teams to go out there and try to play fast and try to do what they're doing. It's difficult to do. That's one of their specialties. They're a fast, no-huddle team, and that's what they do. They do it every single day, and so it's like trying to simulate triple option. It's trying to simulate, all these other styles of offenses we play. We do a good job of it, but I don't think we're ever hitting it just on the mark. So mentally for your players and on the defensive side, you just got to be thinking fast. You got to think fast. You got to communicate fast. You got to over-exaggerate what you're doing because you're not seeing exactly the tempo that you're going to see on game day. So I think it's a lot more mental than it is actually physical coming out here and practicing that way.
Special teams took a step up from week 1 to 2 for you guys, but also what do you see from Oklahoma State on that end too?
Not many opportunities to get returns. Both their kickoff guy, their punter, and we'll see exactly who those guys are, but they've been really good in those areas. So if you get an opportunity, take advantage of it. And I think for us too, I think we saw with Joel out there wasn't many opportunities for returns. He did a good job. He's got a big leg. I think the key for them on special teams is the guys that are playing for them. They're really good, and they play fast and they play hard. You don't always see that from teams. You don't see guys always playing fast. You don't always see them playing hard, and these guys do it, which makes them difficult. You got to go out there and all the stuff you talk about on teams about playing hard and playing fast. You better do it, or somebody's going to be free. And if we do get a chance in the return game and you cut a guy loose, you got no chance. And then our coverage as well, you got to tackle. With their returners and how they block for them, we better get off blocks, we better find ways to tackle, and we better have multiple guys there because they got some speed on that side.
DeAndre's been the leading tackler so far, and I know Cornelius, the quarterback, pointed him out as a guy that he's really been impressed with. What have you noticed from DeAndre, I guess, this season?
I didn't know that statistically. I know this. I know, and we've talked about it before, he's a really good tackler. That's one thing he's got. Since he's gotten here, he's got a nose for the ball, and he's got great technique. He plays fast. I think he's really confident when he's charging the football and where he wants to go and how to tackle. Not everybody's like that, but he's one of our smartest players. He studies, he knows the game, he puts a lot of time in, and I think he's just got some abilities as a competitor that he showed when he came to camp and we got a chance to watch him. That hasn't changed. He loves the game, and it shows up when he plays. So I think other teams would point him out because he's around the ball. Usually good things are happening when he's there. He's a pretty sure tackler. Not many times do guys get out of it, and then it's just a matter of time that he's going to be in a position where he's got a chance for one of those turnovers or he's causing it one way or another.